We're live. I gotta reload. What, an ad just kicked up? I just had there's an ad. Some ad just kicked up. What the heck is this? They have an ad? Did you guys just see that ad? Was I the only one that just saw that ad of a dancer? Maybe they're gonna start making us pay to do Ustream so that we don't have to see ads before our show. Did anyone else see the ad? I'm waiting for someone to. Yeah. Wow, that's different. I'm sure some of you thought that was me dancing. All right. Well, we're not aware of those ads until just now. So, anyhow, Joel is in New York. If you're following Joel's Twitter stream, you'll see that he's been sharing pictures of his New York trip. He was on Break Room Live on Air America. Actually, I don't know if that didn't air yesterday. Maybe it's going to air today. And then he went on to the David Letterman set last night. He had VIP passes, and he sat in David Letterman's chair. And today he's Air America. I like that. I wonder if that domain available. And so today he's traveling around New York with his wife Mary. And I actually just did text him to tweet that I was on, but the fact that he's not tweeting means he's probably keeping pretty busy. Let's see here. If anyone wants to tweet, you can tweet that I'm on JC Live and answering, doing my standard Q&A stuff. We'll get through all the look-eye buttons.
That was easy.
No problem. Chicken and flying monkey. Got that out of the way. Dan on the stick. Okay, he's over there. Top One Report. Great magazine. Go to top1report.com. Actually, we rebranded it too. We have some cool new branding at top1report.com. And Joel's book, Twitter Power. Buy it now at Amazon, twitterpower.com. And we're all done with all the promos. So now we can talk about anything you guys want to talk about. Yes, actually, we don't have Joel on a stick, but I did do Joel on a bowl. We have a. I should have brought that in. Do you want to get that? We're gonna get Joel on a bowl. So you can tweet that Joel on a bowl is gonna be live on JC Live if you'd like to. I'm sorry, I'm thirsty today. If you're wondering why I'm thirsty today, all I have to say is the day after St. Patty's Day. How many people went out last night for St. Patrick's Day? Probably not many of you. Who helps you with branding? That's the first question. Well, we're all marketers pretty much, so we do all our own branding in-house. Very rarely do we go outside the house for branding. We have our own graphic designers. We have our own video guys. Our branding is usually just our executive team and designers sitting in a room saying, how do we want to brand this? And we fill up a couple whiteboards and get done with it. Yeah, Cindy, I do. I'll talk about that a little later. We'll get some more people on here. It's just I have a little promo. By the way, my nose is itching. It kind of looks bad on camera, doesn't it? I have a little promo idea I'm going to do for April Fool's Day, which is going to be quite funny, I hope, and a chance for people to make money. And I'll talk about that later today. Thanks, Edward. Let's see. Let's talk about the people in the room. It'll be easier now that it's early. I got Cindy Whitaker on here, Big Marketing, Corrado, Edward Moore, Missing Intellect. That's a great name. Spectator, Steve Bloom, Veronique. Pretty quiet. Oh, but this is Joel in a bowl. Can I see that in the camera yet?
No.
Hold on. I'll just pull it up. Anyhow, I talked about Joel in a bowl. This is something I made for my first solo effort. It's Joel in a bowl of pennies. If anybody doesn't know about the bowl of pennies, Joel on his AdSense presentation, when he's speaking at a show, he has a thing where he fills up a bowl of pennies. So basically, I put Joel on a bowl. Yeah. Throws them. It's kind of funny. What's really funny about when we go to these shows, and I'll go with Joel, and we literally have to have a concierge at the hotel go to a bank and get $50 worth of pennies. And then we sit and we manually open up all these rolls of pennies into a bigger bowl. And then during the stage presentation, we dump them into the bowl. And then usually there's some person we say, who would like to take home $50 worth of pennies in a bowl? And honestly, there's a lot of people that will actually take those. So we rarely have to re-roll them, and it's $50. It's pretty much worth having someone take them away instead of re-rolling them. 50 is 50. Let's see here. Questions. I'd like to see a whole show done on affiliate marketing. I don't know if I'll do a whole show on it. I don't actually do much affiliate marketing myself. I mean, I certainly know how to do it, but I don't do a lot of it. But I can answer questions. Well, what Joel does, the reason that Joel does pennies is that he likes to emphasize how much money you can make and how about when you make money with Google AdSense or even any kind of affiliate marketing, but primarily Google AdSense, it's all about earning money. So, basically for most people, earning with AdSense, you're earning like this maybe every few minutes. You're earning a penny, a penny, a penny. But when you get the bigger marketers, you're earning, every minute. And then eventually you're earning almost, every second. So when you talk about Joel's income online with AdSense, he uses that to display how much money he makes like per hour with Google AdSense. If I send my mom to your office, will you hand walk her through setting up an online business? We can give her some materials to read. No, well, we won't hand walk her through, but we do have our own, obviously the Top One Report, Top One Network, where we teach people how to make money online. To come to our office for a day, we will do it, but we actually have it's like $10,000 to meet with us for the day. Okay, I'm ready for questions. Any advice on getting focused to a new blog when you don't have a list? Well, depending what the blog is about, you have to go out and find people that share your passion for that niche, or you can write articles that are controversial that you want to get people to get feedback on. The other thing you can do is to write articles for other people's blogs and network with them and say, hey, look, I just started a new blog. I'd like to write a review of your site. Will you mention my site? Will you exchange my links? Will you email your list? If you do something good for someone that has a list, maybe they'll call attention to your site. So in other words, let's say you know somebody that has a big list and you want to give them a testimonial. Give them a testimonial or comment on their blog and drive people to your new blog. And same thing, you can ask a question on a comment and get them to answer the question on your blog. I actually just posted a new to try to get new people to my newbiereport.com. I just posted the 10 biggest mistakes that newbie marketers make. But what I did was I left 8, 9, and 10 blank, and I asked for comments, so people will actually leave comments for me, and then I'll take a consensus of the comments to fill in 8, 9, and 10. So what I'm trying to do is get people to interact on that site to build up traffic. So don't just get people to read it, try to get them to interact, because when you get people providing content for you, that's when you really start making money. So I just did that on that site. I just posted that post earlier today. I was writing it a little bit and said, you know what, I don't have time to write 8, 9, and 10 today. I'm going to let people do this. That'll give me feedback, comments, and I can take the best answers. Steve wants to know, are there any good references for affiliate marketing? I've got a Medium site with nearly 100K visitors per month on 500K pages. I make like $10 per month. Well, what you should do is probably sell that website because it'd be worth a lot of money. Yeah, I'd be curious about your traffic, where it's coming from. Do you want to share your site? Because we'll take a look at it. I'd love to take a look at that site. Obviously, with affiliate marketing, your site, whatever your focus of your site is, your products need to have the same focus. So you want to target the ads on your site to your visitors. So my first question would be, what's your niche? gmtruckclub.com. All right, let's load this up. By the way, this is something I do. If you like what I have to say about GM Truck Club, I will do this for. The first thing it does is redirect to GM Truck Club / Chevy Trucks, which I think is weird. Okay, so it's basically a forum social network. Yeah, I would question your. You get Alexa rank of 397,000. So I don't know, but the 100,000 visitors sounds high unless people are remotely loading your images. So I'd want to look at your stats on that. But still, that's good Alexa rank. You get 10 members on there. I see the ad. It's a nice looking site. I don't know why you redirect to ChevyTrucks.php though. It should have the main page. Let me click on individual ads. Well, the first thing I would do, let me go back to the page here. Yeah, if you had an offer for 100, if you had an offer for 100K, I mean, do you have any others? I would take that 100K, and I would take that 100K. Put it that way. That's a good deal. I mean, my biggest thing, I would say, you're trying to monetize it with AdSense and other things. Forums are hard because a lot of people get immune. They're regular visitors to your site. They get immune to the ads on a forum. So you're not attracting new visitors per se. So what you may want to do is try to actually do paid placements. So you might want to look at actually charging for a sponsored ad. I mean, you make more money charging, people that have just look to set up your own sponsored ad section at the top. Charge $1,000 a month for a 728 by 90 ad sponsorship of your page. You could sell sponsorships to the sub pages, to the forums, that kind of stuff. So it's really hard to make money with AdSense on a forum unless it's extremely high traffic and you're really, really good at manipulating and posting your ads. I mean, I've posted AdSense on forums and I don't make jack with them because all my visitors are regular visitors. So they become immune, they don't click. However, you can make more money selling a sponsored ad. But I would take that 100K immediately if someone really offered you for that. And if they did, I would also, I don't know, look for somebody you can partner with too, but I'd take the 100K. In this economy, someone's offering 100K for a website, unless, with that has an Alexa rank of 400,000. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Yeah, you can also check out CJ for car parts and accessories. Another little trick too, if you want to drive more traffic, is look for people that are. By the way, I'm sorry, my nose is itching. It's not. I don't have a drug problem. I apologize for me constantly scratching my nose. Go to Craigslist and look for people advertising GM stuff, and you might be able to drive them to your site to advertise for like a classified section. So you could charge a classified fee for people to list their GM trucks. Yeah, and offer it to GM. See, that's good. The other thing you could do is look for dealers. And if you're in the top 10 for like Chevy Suburban, look for dealers or resellers or used car sites and so forth, and see if they advertise. Just look for people that are running ads. Go to like AdBright or something like that, and look what people are charging for placements. Yeah, I would. Like I said, I'd sell it for 50K. If I could get 50K for that site with a 400,000 Alexa rank, I'd do it. But the other thing, like I said, Chevy. Wait, is your term Chevy Suburban or Chevy Suburban? Was that a typo? I mean, I understand you're gonna make traffic with a typo, but is that a typo or not? I mean, I can rank top 10 for Chevy Suburban. In fact, that actually is not a bad domain name. If you get ChevySuburban.com, you can start your own site there. I'll tell you a little. I'll tell a little story about. Does anybody know about the P90X workout? You know those late night infomercials, the P90X workout. Okay, so it's Suburban, not Suburban. Um, well, Steve, I mean, you gotta, if you're making $10 a month, think about, you have to increase your revenue by how many percent to make up for that 100K. Even like I said, even if it's 50K, I mean, you could do it. Or partner with somebody that really knows how to monetize a site like that and give them a piece and then try to sell it after you make some money. So anyhow, get back to my story. So I get sucked into, I love watching late night infomercials, not just because I like to watch the products and the models and the ads, but also for the marketing, to see how they're marketing stuff. And we're actually probably going into the infomercial space before long. But anyhow, so I've been thinking about buying this P90X and trying it out. And so, if I'm going to buy it, first thing before I buy something, I see how I can actually pay for it without having to make it pay for itself. So I was doing some Google keyword research using the Google keyword tool. And if you're not using the Google keyword tool, just go to Google, type in Google keyword tool. You should be using that like every day. Every time you post an article on your site, you should be using the Google keyword tool to do keyword research. So I'm looking up, and of course I go to Google to type in P90X, and I type in PX90. And so I said, I wonder how many people are typing in PX90, and it gets 30,000 typos a month for PX90. And then you add in the PX90 workouts and all that stuff. So P90X, people are used to seeing letter, number. They're not used to seeing letter, number, letter. You know what I'm saying? So more people type in, well, I shouldn't say more people, but anyhow, it's a good keyword niche. So I created px90workoutreviews.com. I put a post on a WordPress blog saying that I'm thinking about buying this. I'm wondering if people will give me some feedback as reviews. I haven't really promoted it yet, but I'm already getting like 20 visitors a day in the last week just because I made a domain that said px90workoutreviews.com. Because I look for something that's hot, I look for the typo, made the website, people are finding my website, and how much is a good health-related visitor worth? So by finding a niche like that, you can think about what are people willing to pay for a lead, for a diet or health lead on Google on AdWords. $2 a click. So anyhow, just an idea. Just look for things like when you talked about Chevy, look for Chevy Suburban. Look how many people are typing that in. How many people type Suburban wrong? Probably a lot. What do I think of community blogs? I think it's great if you can get them to do it. I think it's hard to start a site that gets a lot of people active unless you have a lot of juice or money behind you. You find very few sites that actually go out of the blocks and say, hey, become an author and write stuff for my blog and yada, yada, yada. It's not as easy as it sounds to get started. If you have a good niche and you already have a network of people that are in that niche, then you might be able to email them and say, hey, look, I'm doing this little thing and here's how you can join and start posting content. But I can't even get people on my sites to contribute. I've had a couple of author related sites for years now, and it's just hard to get people to write. It's like they'd rather just sit there and look for ways to generate traffic and try to find the next easiest way to generate traffic than they would write an article for a third-party site and get a quality backlink. And I just don't understand that. You need to when you write articles, don't think about submitting just to article directories and just think about commenting on blogs. Write articles for other sites. Look for community blogs because it's a great community blogs, and it's a great way to get a backlink. Simple as that. If you can spend 2 minutes to join a site, spend 10 minutes to write an article, and get a backlink, it's worth it. If it's a quality backlink. Yeah, actually, the search Twitter, they're talking P90X. They're talking PX90 as well. Plus, you can go pay a small fee for people to post your articles too. Yeah, you can. There's a lot of different places. You have to be careful of those when you join and say, hey, I want someone to submit 100 comments. You have to be careful of those kind of places too. I mean, I think if you had a virtual assistant, hired one, and told them exactly what you want to do, then that might be the way to go instead of going like offshore, just because you're not going to get the quality backlinks. Quality backlinks I'd rather have one quality backlink than 100 junk backlinks. Yes, comments. That's the other thing about leaving comments. I mean, my new report's a perfect example. I'm deliberately writing my posts. And once again, I've had that site for a while. I just made it into a blog about a month or two ago. Haven't done much promotion of it, but I'm trying to design it so it's more interactive, so people will actually leave comments. I'm even using my Twitter feed. When you follow me on Twitter, my direct message directs people to give me a newbie tip. And so I send them to a survey form to give me a newbie tip for the site. And if you can get people to start interacting with comments and have the subscribe to comments, you can really start driving a lot of traffic. I do not personally use Traffic Geyser, but the company uses it. Joel uses it. Chris, you have a Traffic Geyser account, right?
I just use Joel's.
Yeah. So
I don't have time to make my own videos.
we are traffic-geyser.com, right? That's our site. So it's actually kind of funny. Joel was on a panel at JV Alert, and they were talking about video, and Joel says, "I really highly recommend Traffic Geyser at traffic-geyser.com." And of course, everyone thinks that Joel's giving out the actual link, but in reality, it's our affiliate link. And a few people started chuckling. It was kind of funny. But yeah, I'll type it in. If you don't know what Traffic Geyser is a system where you join up and you log into all your video. You sign up for all these video accounts, and then whenever you have a new video, like you made for YouTube, you upload it to Traffic Geyser, and they automatically submit it for you to all these websites. So once you set up your account once and you have a new video, you can go and actually just auto submit it to all these different websites. And yes, that Traffic Geyser is Joel. Traffic-Geyser is Joel's affiliate link. Of course, I'll check and make sure it's still working. Loading slow. Wow, it's loading really slow. It's their second birthday celebration. I should give a shout out too. There's a why am I forgetting the link? Oh yeah, just to point out, I won't give an affiliate link here. This is not an affiliate link, but I had a guy who I was sort of helped him out a little bit with this website. But this is kind of an interesting idea. It's articlevideorobot.com. And what he's doing, he's allowing you to turn an article into a video. So if you don't have PowerPoint, if you don't have fancy video editing software, if you don't have background music and background pictures, what he does is he has a system, and it's not really totally live yet, but it's kind of cool. So what you do is you take an article and you go and paste it into his system. It breaks up into paragraphs, then creates essentially a slide for it. Then you choose the background music, you choose a background photo, and then you choose a synthesized voice, which is really kind of realistic between male and female voices. And what it does is it talks your words. So it takes your text from your article, converts it into text, voice text, and adds a background, adds music, and then you hit submit, and then you can submit it like Traffic Geyser does to a number of articles, video sites. Kind of a cool idea. So when you think about, my expertise is idea generation, idea creation, and when you talk about thinking outside the box, think about articles are big, videos are bigger, videos are hot. How can you instantly make a video that makes it easy so you can use your articles to make videos? It's a simple idea. I have not. Have we used TubeMogul? Yeah, same with us. We have a close relationship with Michael Koenigs, who runs Traffic Geyser, so we use Traffic Geyser pretty much exclusively. So I can't compare. But once again, what Corrado's asking too, when people, if you're looking for an article to write, and I don't want to steal this from Corrado, but TubeMogul versus Traffic Geyser, people love. If you look at like search engine stuff, write an article on something like that. Do the research yourself and write an article on that. How does TubeMogul compare to Traffic Geyser? TubeMogul versus Traffic Geyser, the video war. And write an article about that. Can I use the Twitter to make a positive impact and generate income for your site? If so, how? Well, I would just say, I could answer the question, a short version, but the long version is Twitter power. The reason this book is so successful is the fact that it's all about how to use Twitter to build your business, build your brand, drive traffic, make income. The thing about Twitter is that it's about building relationships. I'm not an active Twitterer. In fact, I feel guilty because I really only use Twitter just to let people know maybe something I'm doing for Joel, something I'm doing for our business. I don't talk too much about my daily life on Twitter. But yeah, Edward's right. Don't send out links. You have to think about it as building a relationship and stuff. It's just like with an email campaign. If you're building an email list, you don't just say, thanks for joining my list, buy this. You don't send out, here's a good tip, buy this. You send out quality, value, reply to people, answer their questions, and then once you build a relationship with them, you can drive them different places. So the successful people on Twitter are people that are building relationships, answering people, providing value, and only sharing links, rarely. So, 1 in 20 maybe has a link in it or something like that. Um, I'm glad the book arrived on your desk. But Twitter is pretty powerful. Twitter is growing absolutely crazy. So, I mean, the time to get in Twitter is now. Start building relationships. Use search.twitter.com. I can't recommend this enough. Go to search.twitter.com and type in a keyword related to your niche, and then from there you're going to find out people talking about your niche. Look for people that are asking questions. Do a search for "Does anyone know?" Reply back to them. Give value to them. Edward's good. Nice job, Edward. And Cindy went on a local radio station this morning. A couple of old Texas boys about Twitter. And what did you tell them, Cindy? So Twitter, I mean, if you use it, the problem with Twitter is just don't get consumed by it. There's all these great social things like Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and everything. And the problem is that so many people get so sucked in and spend so many hours per day on these sites that they're not getting anything done. So what you need to do is you need to actually have your task list for each day, whatever you want to accomplish, whether it be writing articles, building backlinks, working on your site, working on images, graphics, finding JV partners, that kind of stuff. Get that out of the way before you start doing your social media work, because it's too easy to get consumed, and the next thing you know, you didn't get anything done. Except, maybe build some more relationships on Twitter. If you guys have noticed too, Facebook is basically trying to be more Twitter-like, and they have had a Twitter slash Facebook stream on Facebook now, so that when you can obviously integrate your Twitter with Facebook, but now it's like I tweeted something the other day, and I got more responses on Facebook than I did on Twitter, which I thought was pretty interesting. So they're seeing that in the what am I doing section. Yeah, and if you don't know how to interconnect, if you have a Facebook account, go to twitter.com/widgets. And once you're logged in, you click it, you log into your Facebook, and you're going to automatically be set up. So every time you tweet, it automatically tweets in Facebook as well, and vice versa. Facebook, you can set up groups too. I mean, Facebook is weird. I mean, I have a lot more social contacts on Facebook than on Twitter, and it seems like my social contacts are just now finding Twitter. Very few people know about it outside. I shouldn't say that. You know what I'm trying to say. Out of your close contacts, the business contacts are on Twitter. Your social contacts usually aren't personal ones that out, in the real world. Yes. I also like the little thing that Twitter's doing now where they have the search function, because they never really had an easy way to get to search. So now they have that little box on your profile where it's saying, search or widgets, and telling you. That's a very good idea. In fact, a lot of people don't do this on your own websites. You build this blog, you build a website, and what you're forgetting is that you have to look for your most active pages. What are people coming to your site most for? Look at your search rank, look at your analytics, look at your stats, and find out what keyword terms people are coming in for. And using those high-level keyword terms, make sure when someone hits your website that you're directing them to the appropriate content. So you don't want people to come to your website and have to look around for something. Just because they found you with 2 keywords, make sure that you can direct them to the most relevant content. And when you talk about something like a little widget, like the widgets in the search function, even if you make your own little animated graphic with a hyperlink on your site that maybe just said, boom, this is the most valuable part of my website. This is the second most valuable website. Direct them, use navigation. Think about how when people hit your website, how they find the most relevant content. Yes, and there are so many Twitter tools now. It is crazy, crazy. I did do a WordPress workshop, actually webinar for the Top One Network Masters levels a few weeks ago. That's something I am doing. Now that you mentioned that, I will just say we got 28 people here. I'm putting a product together tonight. This is me. I am putting a product together tonight, which I haven't even started yet, but I probably will be done by later tonight. And I'm doing a 22-day workshop. And what I'm going to do is a 22-day workshop for $22. And it's sort of an ongoing joke with my girlfriend and I. Her birth date is 2/22, and for some reason we see the number 22 everywhere. It's like we see it on T-shirts, on TV, and I'm seeing it now more and more in marketing. There's something about the number 22 that draws people's eyes, and you'll notice this now. I'm just how the 17 and the buzzword, the 37s. I mean buzz price. Anything with a 7 is a buzz price. For some reason, I'm seeing 22 now more in marketing. So I am doing a little thing via my Newbury Report site, and it's going to be a 22-day workshop. I'm going to do like 22 videos. I'm going to do 22 newsletter. You'll basically, once you sign up, you'll get 22 days in a row. You're going to get some kind of marketing tip. I'm going to give away 22 MRR, PLR products, and you're going to get 2.2 gigabytes of downloads. So everything's around 22. And honestly, I'm not going to do a big long sales page. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do the 22 buzz. It's going to be $22. And I'm going to do it through the $7 script and pay a 50% affiliate commission. So it's going to be an $11 commission. So I'm going to set that all up tonight via Newbury Report. And yes, that's not a bad idea. It should, 22 lines. And maybe I'll do a 22-second video. It's all going to be about 22. And like I said, if you have, I'm going to use the $7 script. So the way that works, if you're not familiar, like the $7 script is one where usually you pay $7, and when you promote, the affiliate gets instant $7. If you set up the affiliate level at 50%, you get paid every 2 sales you make. So you make the first sale and you make $20 instantly on the first sale, and then I make 22 in the next sale, and then you make it. So that's how they do it. So I'm going to do this workshop, and I'm going to shoot some videos. I'll do a WordPress workshop as well. I'll have a ton of download content. And then I'm doing something on April Fool's Day. This is an idea I've had for probably 2 years. And it's a joke I actually made. Speaking at seminars, I've made this joke before that I was going to do this. And so now I'm doing it. And essentially, as an affiliate for this $22 workshop, you will be able to promote this other domain that I have. And that other domain is going to be a fake information product. And people are not going to believe, they're going to laugh, they're going to see it and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is real. And they'll quickly realize that it's not real. And then below, it's going to direct them to this 22-day workshop. So you can fool all your people by directing them to this hard to believe offer. And then at the bottom, it'll say like, hey, look, that offer's not real. But if you'd like to take advantage of the 22-day workshop, here's the link, and you make $11 a sale, essentially. Karina, thanks for that link. I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't decided how to brand it yet. I've had some suggestions coming in about how to brand that. Well, that's interesting. Ustream 80259. I did not know that. Yes. Edward, probably not. I don't really have a standard affiliate program for myself. I mean, obviously we have one with Infomedia. It's at affurl.com. Most of my stuff, I love the $7 script because I don't have to do anything with managing affiliates. I have the my support bucks site that has a membership program built in, but this is a little different. Yes, Ustreamer 10423. See, the one of my things, I've been doing this a long time, so if you'd ask me to, from scratch, write a sales page, install a $7 script, do the graphics, load the products, do the back end, that's like a 2-hour, 3-hour job for me. So I've done it so many times that it's just easy. But the beauty of it is, when I talk about a 22-day workshop, obviously all I need is the first couple days content to get started too. So from there, see, random music, that's one of my other programs. Yes, I will do it as long as there's nothing good on TV tonight. I'll get it done. I was going to do it last night, and then St. Patrick's Day ended up being a couple of drinks to a few more drinks, and I decided not to work last night. All right, who's got more questions? So anyhow, by the way, if you want to learn more about the offer, just go to my contact page, and I'll email you when I have more information about that. But if you go to this page. newburyport.com/contact. Just just contact me. Tell me you're interested in being an affiliate or joining the program, and I'll email you tonight or tomorrow and give you a link once I have this thing all set up. I'm probably just going to keep it on the newbie report domain. So it's going to be like a newbie workshop, but it's going to have all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that page still works. All right. What just happened? I just killed something. No, I'm good. That's exciting that Howie Schwartz was drinking green juice. Okay. Actually, Karina, that's not a bad idea. I could probably do that as part of the workshop. The only thing I hate doing those with Camtasia is I have to keep my screen so small for the video. So I would work slower, but maybe I will do that. How does Alexa work? A lot of people want to know how Alexa works. Alexa work. All right, well, maybe I'll try to shoot some video when I do it, but it'll be a huge. Well, I can always break it up. If I do a full screen, can you reduce that? Can that how? It's gonna be huge, right? I'm talking to Chris, by the way, not the audience. Not that it's not this is not an Infomedia thing. I'm using Infomedia time to talk about this new group, but Joel, I will get Joel to promote this on April Fool's Day with his affiliate link, so it'll make Joel some money. All right, I'll look into doing the video. At the very least, I can show you how to set up a $7 script real quick. But then you also have to watch me use front page. Yes, front page, because I use front page because it's fast and because I've been using it since forever, like 13 years. All right, Alexa. How does Alexa work? I don't know how Alexa works. It's a stats program. They track all the goings on in the web, and they assign you a value based on your traffic. So it's not 100% accurate. It's a good guesstimate as to the popularity of your website. Basically, what it is. All right, I'll look into the video part. You know what I've always wanted to do? Did I mention this idea before? I've always wanted to shoot a video where I said, if you say you have a cranky spouse who doesn't like you working online. Have I mentioned this idea before? I've always wanted to shoot a video where some guy was doing tutorials or and all through the tutorial is the spouse is yelling. I'm gonna use the wife as an example. Wife's saying like, "Honey, you gotta take out the trash," and she's like screaming at him, and he just so he's very calmly giving a tutorial, and then he yells back saying, "I'll take it out in a minute," and screams back. That could be a very funny viral YouTube thing. So you could do these tutorials. If you have somebody that's in this perfect for this, get your wife to participate. Just make it so you do these 2-minute tutorials on something every week, and you have the spouse screaming some random thing, and then during the video tutorial, you're screaming back at them like an Archie Bunker kind of moment. I think that would be a very viral video series like the Ninja was, and people would love to watch that stuff. Okay. You shoot full screen doing PowerPoint videos, okay? All right. Well, I'm definitely going to do something with that tonight. Okay, so Steve says, my site is 397. I got 75,000 visitors last month and 465K total visitors? I don't know. Steve, do you have analytics on your site? The best thing to do, Steve, is just go to analytics.google.com. And from there, if you don't have, by the way, if people don't have this yet, this is a no-brainer. It's totally free. Okay, totally free. Sign up, put the code on your website, and within 40 hours or so, 24 to 48 hours, you'll have stats on your site. And make sure you put it on every single page that you want. Yeah, the data is a little delayed, but the data is fantastic. And if you want to go to sell your site later, people are going to want to have access and see those stats. And if you didn't know this about analytics too, you can share your stats with somebody else. So you can actually go into the bottom where it says add users, and you can add another user, like a prospective buyer of your site, and let them access your stats. Kind of a cool thing. Yes, you can see all your sales funnel. I'm a real basic analytics user, but there's still tons you can do with it. How would I do a real estate foreclosure site? Well, I mean, I would first say that I hope that you have a really good knowledge of that market because there's so many real estate foreclosure sites. How I would do it is I would try to do a geo-targeted name for your foreclosure site. In other words, unless you got realestateforeclosure.com as your domain, chances of you making decent money in that or finding traffic from the search engines is going to be slim. So, I mean, think about how do some research on foreclosures. Find out where the hottest markets for I hate to say hottest, but the hottest markets for foreclosures are in the country, and then do a geo-targeted domain name or domain names plural. You could do a few of them if you found a few different places, and from there try to target information about foreclosures to that market. Do you know what I'm saying? And that way, geo-targeting, you're gonna have better luck with the search engine traffic than you would just doing a generic real estate foreclosure site when everyone is jumping into that market right now. Short sales are hot too. I mean, you could go do a short sale segment on that. But I always tell people look for a really tiny niche of whatever niche you're trying to get into. Niche. Try to find something really focused and tiny because otherwise you're competing with so many other people. And if you're not using the Google keyword tool, use the Google keyword tool. Look for a search term that has high search traffic and low competition, and then try to focus your market on there. And Google does it for you. It's a great way to do it. Okay, do I work with PLR products? If you do you drastically change the content, or do you use a sales page to provide and make small changes? I do. I have used PLR products. I mostly resell them, but like for this workshop that I'm doing, I'll probably rewrite a few of them. If I'm going to rewrite them, I'll put in my own affiliate links. I will change the title, maybe put my logo on there. But for the most part, I just resell them as PLR products, so I don't touch them. When it comes to the sales pages, it is good to mix them up and rebrand them. What you see a lot of people, successful people doing is that they actually will hire somebody to redo all the covers, redo the headers for all the products because then it looks like an original product. It doesn't look like something that's been distributed 1,000 times over. So, if you have talent in that, I do recommend changing the branding if you can. But you have to look at your profit margin. If you're someone that's selling, you're making a living selling PLR products that are rewritten, like you're making $100 plus per day, then it will be worth it for you to change the branding. If you're just someone that's just praying that you're going to make one sale and make $20, then I wouldn't worry about it just yet because I wouldn't spend the money until you have the traffic that'll support that kind of a promotion. I wouldn't do a site about firearms simply because, for one thing, you can't run Google ads on it. I actually tried to help somebody with this, a firearm site last year. They were a customer of ours, and he wanted to start one, and he actually had a lot of working knowledge of that niche. But unfortunately, it's hard to make money because you can't run Google ads. There are other ad services that won't let you run ads on firearm sites. There's a few affiliate programs, but unless you're truly promoting your own service, like if you have your own firearm accessory or something like that, then it's hard to make money with that. Take a look at Corrado's site. Just looking at some of this. Yes, Google Website Optimizer. Use all of Google's tools if you can. I mean, it's segment some of your time, marketing time, to look at your analytics, find out where the search terms are, make sure you can direct them, fix any errors in your website. It's so worth it. Okay, I'm on Corrado's site. It's a clean looking site. At the very top, I mean, you've got. My eyes aren't really drawn to read that, and you've got a little like an extra like 75 pixels at the top space, which is kind of weird. So you could probably get rid of that space. And I would probably, instead of having the text up here, I'd probably try to find a way to make it more of like increasing on. Let's see, my website sales or stores emails. So you've got your main message there is that you're going to teach people how to increase online conversions and get more opt-ins and more sales and more customers, more click-throughs. So I would focus on the primary buzzwords. If you're doing a newsletter, if you're doing yeah, I would just say increasing online conversions, get more opt-ins. I'm trying to think of a good headline there. I would try to make that headline shorter and actually maybe make it a little bigger and move up that site. What's your PDF creator? It's kind of a mixed message. Well, I'm trying to figure out why you have your PDF creator at the top. And my connection is a little slow. All right, it's still loading for me. Is it your side or is it our connection? Okay, just getting back to, okay, what I'll just simply say is that it's a decent looking site. The blue and the green's a little bit weird. You might be better off with the white background there. You can add more links to your sidebar instead of up top. You're sending a lot of messages here, and so I would focus on, if you've written a lot of articles, put your most popular, like recent posts, recent comments, drive people to the best tips on your website. And now the PDF creator is finally loading for me. Coming soon. I'd give them something, when you say get more out of your traffic, I would give them a more incentive to say, like, get my 37 best tips on increasing conversions and opt-ins or something, and maybe include a graphical, some graphics that'll help increase your conversions. So give them a little more of a caveat to opting into your list. All right. So people want to know a Twit Power ranking, GM. It means that number is actually your clicks on Twit. If people don't know, twitpower.com, TWITPWR.com is our site, Infomedia site. It was my idea to bring more attention to Twitter Power, Joel's book. And so when you're talking about the ranking, the number at the header bar is actually your like total clicks on your links, and then the ranking is on the main page. If you follow through the next buttons, you'll find yourself on the ranking, and you'll see what your Twit Power rating is. The number is. Yeah, Edward's right as well. I mean, yeah, and something to reiterate. Good point, Edward. Is that when you your website has to have a focus and a goal. So you have to decide, what is the primary goal of this website? Is it to get more people, get people signed up on my newsletter? Is it to make a sale of a product? Is it to give them valuable information? Is it a little bit of all three? Prioritize them and make your site work the way it should work. So if I'm coming to a website about increasing conversions, I want to be able to hit immediate content about increasing conversions. I want to know the best tips that you have, not necessarily the best, but I want to know some great tips that you have, and then I want to find out how I can get your best tips. So when I'm coming to that website, prove to me that you know what you're talking about, and then tease me, to sign up for your list to get more information. 46 doesn't stink. Okay, where are we at? Who's got more questions here? Oh wow, it's already 5 of. Yikes. Any more questions? Oh wait, we have another site to look at, and I'm nervous because it has Blogger on it. Is it just a Blogger blog? Where connection slow? Is our connection slow?
But they dedicate a lot more to me.
Yeah, that's special. All right, I'm on this blog, and all I'm seeing right now is an AdSense ad on the left and links on the right. I mean, it's a typical blog. Boy, you got a ton of content. I mean, the first thing I would say is that you have this web-based budgeting, saving money online, and it's like is that an audio? It's just an audio. You got to have text with the audio. You just can't have the audio. You got to tell people what they're going to listen to. But the first thing is that you're using kind of a boring template. You shouldn't use the widescreen. You should have borders. Go with a set width, whether it be 900 pixels or 850 to 900, depending on your site. Change your posts so that your post count, so you don't have more than like 2 or 3 posts on the main page, because otherwise people are scrolling down. You have all this dead space on the white. You can also use the more insert more, the more tag, what's the word I'm looking for? In your WordPress post, there's a little thing where you click on the more link and it takes a break so that when you hit the main page, you actually have to click on continue reading to get to the rest of the post. That'll break up your main page as well. But, keep people clicking through your website. You need to condense this site down. The join the group, I don't know, that's just, it's not, you need a better graphic there. You've got this one affiliate link for iPower. Let me look what else you got here on the network. Best bloggers group. So I tend not to believe that you're the best blogger just from some of these things. So you have to think about your branding, what you're teaching people, and like I said, what the goal is. You're all over the place as far as your content. You got Obama Weekly, Internet Business is a car database, Walmart. So the other thing here is on your article title, on your post titles here, they got to be keyword optimized. They got to be how to's and who else, and then have your keywords with an action of some sort. So, you just can't have a thing about Walmart. Post that says Walmart. Have a post about how to save big at Walmart, or say the top 10 best buys at Walmart, or Walmart sucks and here's why. Those are the kind of articles or post titles that people are going to click on and read. They're not going to click on a post title that says Walmart. It's just not going to happen. All right, that's some basic ideas. But I would just change the theme, condense it. Yeah, no one uses 800 by 600 anymore, but it's still, for readability wise, if you don't have a lot of content, it's better to streamline it. Like with sales pages, the reason that you see thin sales pages is because it keeps the eyes focused down the page. There's no sidebar, so it keeps you focused down the page toward the objective of actually making a purchase. So think about that. If you're running a sales page offer, think about how a person's eyes and focus go. You have to suck them in with a headline. Then you have to give them some social proof of who you are and why they should listen to you to keep reading. Then you need to provide a little bit of overview of the product. Then you need to have some testimonials, and everything is geared towards driving people to the objective of buying. And you can think about your blogs the same way. You have to suck them in at the top to make them decide they want to read the site. And then you have to give some social proof that you know what you're talking about. So if you're a best blogger, for example, you need to have some social proof that tells people why you're the best blogger. And then they'll start believing you and read your content and bookmark your website. I don't know if there's a new best design practice for website width. 980 pixels. I actually use, most of my sites are probably 980, right around there. So I think that is, a good thing to use. Very few people will have a problem unless they're using an old laptop and they have I've had people say, I can't view your site. And then I'm like, how many toolbars do you have? Like 6? These people have 6 toolbars like this long. Writer Wrangler. So this is Karina's site. And Karina, the first thing I just noticed is just the it's not really engaging me. I'd rather see your picture on here. I'd rather see some social proof as to you, the person, that you are the writer wrangler and that you run a writers, and you're the social proof of you and why you are qualified to run a writers community. It's tough to say that. You know what I'm saying? I see this little guy holding a pen, and I'm thinking of the Pillsbury Doughboy carrying the cross. I don't know. You got a forum. So your objective here obviously is to get people to subscribe, but what are the benefits of subscribing? Get job broadcasts and writers news. So I would focus more on the social proof of you and your background, an engaging picture of you. And then also when it comes to the forum, you could have the most, you could put the most popular topics on the forum. Does that even click? It doesn't even click. The forum doesn't click. Okay, and then once again, when it says get job news and job broadcast and writers news, you've got your first name, email address. You might want to put a little security notice. I use the same sort of default system on all our opt-ins. It's just a little security lock, and it says your information won't be sold. It's protected. But instead of just saying submit, you need to actually give them. Don't use submit. Think about how. Let me go back to the stream here. Let me go back here real quick, because where are we here? Oh, then looking at your header tag, your title tag is WRWR. So that's one of the most important things on the title tag. Whenever you go into, you look at your HTML code for a title tag, and it needs to be a keyword optimized title tag. You know, that there's your best keywords for search engine traffic has to be in that title tag. You're not going to get any traffic from the WR. So when I said the forum link, by the way, I was talking about the image on the upper right. So you know you have the image on the upper right. If this is just a squeeze page, I mean, you might want to consider doing a video. And if you want to grab people in to have a video of you telling the benefits of joining the Writer Wrangler and talk about your forum, and then point down to the links to opt in to get more information. And it could just be, instead of the Writer Wrangler newsletter, give them a one-page PDF about the best places online to find writers' jobs. It could be something like the different paid like review sites or the paid to post sites, those kind of things. Just make a one-page PDF, or get my fast action guide to making money writing online. And write up a little fast action. You could write that in 2 seconds. And that should be something that they opt in to get. I mean, I would opt in to get that just out of curiosity. You've got FAQ, and then you've got a sitemap at the top. I mean, that doesn't have to be at the top. This stuff can be at the bottom. So free writers, see, I'm looking at the bottom, free writer stress reduction kit. And it's one little link on the bottom right. I mean, that's kind of funny. That would be a funny graphic, and have a graphic of somebody sitting over a keyboard, doing one of these things, and then drive them to the stress reduction kit. Bang, head here. See, it's a joke. That's why you did that. That's pretty funny. All right. Does that help? Oh, so someone else have a link here? Am I missing it? Bro, stopsmokingtobacco.net. How many keywords per title tag? I mean, you can use 9 to 10 keywords. Use keyword phrases though. Don't use just don't use keywords. Use keyword phrases. Okay, I'm gonna do one more site, and then I've got to wrap up because Chris has work to do, and I've got work to do. Okay, stop smoking tobacco. What you don't know about quitting smoking nicotine is what it's hard to read. That's hard to read for me. You're better off with like a smoking kills statistic, or something that emphasizes the health dangers of smoking. Are you aware that smoking, like someone made a joke about smoking causing impotence, and so if you want to attract the male clientele, you can make a comment about how smoking affects certain health, certain areas of your body, and use a scare tactic. You really need to scare people. What you don't know about quitting smoking nicotine is what's really holding you back. That's not, I don't smoke, and I never smoked, but that to me is not a powerful headline enough. It needs to be short, sweet, and smoking will kill X number of people this year. Smoking causes this disease that does this or whatever. Get access to full 30-minute interview with the quit smoking coach right here. Get the interview. See, that's a better use of the submit button, is get the interview instead of submit. So, you can say get your free interview as well. And then you can also add some testimonials about people. I'm not seeing any testimonials here. I mean, if you've helped people stop smoking, then you need to email them, get testimonials from them, even get video testimonials from them, and put them on this page. It should be really, really emphasized. I'm gonna actually click on your video real quick here too. I mean, you look at your title of your video, number 1 strategy for quitting smoking nicotine. I mean, it should be just quitting smoking. I mean, people smoke nicotine, so smoking is smoking nicotine. Keep it simple. Once you know how, my volume's off, so.
Do it so that you can quit on purpose. You can learn the secret of change. You can quit
All right.
on purpose. The gift of
So that's enough. I would just say, I would change your headline to maybe the number 1 strategy for quitting smoking. Boom. And then say, here, throw some testimonials, have your video, and have your opt-in box where it's basically grabs people to say, get this 30-minute interview that can save your life. Something like that. Okay. Okay, so anyhow, I've got to wrap up here and get back to work. I did want to mention again, if you were interested in doing my 22-day workshop, it's going to be It's going to be $22, but it's a 50% affiliate program. I'll have something up within 24 hours. And if you're interested in that, I'll email you the link at newbiereport.com/contact. Just email me and I'll email you back once it's live. And the other thing I want to mention is last time I did this, yeah, it's going to be geared to newbies, but there'll be other more advanced content as well. And then the other thing I had another offer, which is to raise money for Water is Life. If you know about the tweet-a-thon we did a few weeks ago, we raised like $13,000 for Water is Life. And so I decided to do my own little promotion. So I've been trying to sell some domains that I have. And I decided to do this promotion on my site. I have siteliquidators.com. If you go to that link below, if you see any domains that you'd like to purchase, what you do is you take the purchase price, you cut it in half, you donate 50% directly to Water is Life, send me the receipt, then pay me the rest. So basically take the, you're giving a tax deductible donation to Water is Life for half the price of the domain. And then what you're doing is you can still tax deduct purchasing a domain as well. But you contribute to a great cause. You're going to save a life for every $10 that you buy. You're going to save a life, and you get your own domain out of it. And I throw in other bonuses. And if you buy any domain, I'll give you the 22-day workshop for free too. How's that for a deal? Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea, Cindy, too. If you can get those stats. In fact, there's got to be lots of websites that have that kind of a code. But if you did have a website, you could have a programmer probably do it for $10. Figure out how many people die per minute, and then have them create your own counter for your website. And you could say, since my site went live on March 18th, 2009, X people have died from smoking, and have that be a constant ticker. And then people might actually bookmark that site just to come back to watch your ticker. Could be. Okay. And if anybody's not following me on Twitter, that's it. You guys can Twitter yourselves out of here, but we're till next time. We're out of here. Joel should be back next week. Thanks for the questions. I hope I was helpful. And I couldn't give up 22 days for newbie info. There's going to be a ton of info. If you pay the money and you don't like the info, I'm going to give 2.2 gigabytes of PLR and MMR content in there as well. So if that's not enough content for you, then let me know. Okay, thanks everybody. Chris, we're signing off. What do we have? 5 seconds?
5 seconds.
We have 4 seconds. What do you have? 3 seconds now?
3.
What do we have? 1 second now? All right, lunchtime.